your wardrobe is overflowing, yet you still feel like you've got nothing to wear, or your body just doesn't feel like yours anymore, this video is for you. I used to shop endlessly, chase trends, and still never felt like I was good enough. But when I stopped doing these 3 things, everything changed. I made so much peace with the way I look, my size, my weight, and the way I felt. When I was younger, in my primary school days, I was actually overweight. I was part of the Tough Club. Some of you might be familiar. It stands for Trim and Fit Club, and that would be for children who were overweight by the growth charts, and we had to go for extra exercise classes after school. So back then, I was being called names, people would bully me and say that I was fat. Back then, I wasn't able to process any of those, and I kind of just put up a wall and kind of laughed it off. But I think it actually had quite a deep, profound impact on the way I looked at myself growing up and moving on to puberty years. Because after I left primary school, when I went to secondary school, I kind of lost a bit of weight, and I couldn't stop obsessing with trying to look good, meaning trying to make sure that my body was of a certain size, trying to make sure that I couldn't see any visible fat on my body like my tummy or my arms, which were my most sensitive areas growing up. It really made me look at myself in a way that was quite unhealthy, because I would be obsessing over trying to see my collarbone or my hip bone when I wear my shorts, and I was constantly making sure that I had to be between a certain size for my clothing. And that also led me down the path of lots of fat dieting. Like during secondary school 2 to 3, I would always be eating apples throughout the day, and there were days whereby I would eat, say, 5 apples and not a proper meal. I would bring like 2 slices of bread to school, and I would just order, say, a cup of barley with extra seeds because I love barley, and I would not order rice, and that would sustain me from morning all the way till evening, even though I had extra CCA classes after that. So I think during that period of time, I actually lost a couple of kilos. And honestly speaking, I wasn't overweight then already. I was actually like average sized, but I never saw myself in the way whereby I thought I was healthy or normal weight. I wanted to be actually skinnier. I also ended up running a lot and making sure that, my legs looked lean so that my thighs wouldn't be flabby and all that. And I think that was actually how I used to measure how good I was as a person, as a female. And I didn't notice that all these actually flowed all the way till my adulthood, and even when I became a mom. Because after I became a mom, I was so obsessed with trying to return back to my pre-pregnancy weight. And I know that people will make comments about, oh, you look like you gained so much weight after the pregnancy and things like that. So I was constantly weighing myself after I gave birth to my daughter, my firstborn. And when I managed to lose the weight fast through breastfeeding and also just watching my diet a little more, I was actually very happy, and I received a lot of comments saying, wow, you look like you lost weight so quickly, how did you do it? And it made me feel really good on the inside. But I think that was just kind of making that vicious cycle go on and on, because people were validating me for the way I look, whereby I managed to lose all that pregnancy weight fast. And it made me realize that I was actually doing a lot of unhealthy things and chasing unhealthy trends in order to look good. And to be honest, right now I'm the heaviest I've ever been, but I no longer feel like I need to be of a certain size, be of a certain weight, making sure that the weighing scale needs to be a certain number, or that my clothes need to be a certain size, because I realized that my worth is not based on how I look. And no matter how I look, not everyone's gonna be happy with it. There's always gonna be someone who's not happy with it, but most importantly, I have to be happy with the way I look. And so once I stopped tying my worth to my weight, the size of my clothes, I think I let go of a huge burden off my shoulders, and that really just made me feel so much better as a person day to day. I also stopped shopping to feel better about myself. In my university days, my girlfriends and I would often head to the shopping malls or shopping streets to shop after school. And because back then we had some allowance and the clothes were very affordable, we would really shop 2 to 3 times a week after school, like no joke. And to be honest, now looking back, I feel like I've wasted so much money on clothes. Back then, brands like Valley Girl, Supre, Portman's, Kmart, these are all fast fashion, and I collected so much clothes over 4 years that I had to actually spend a good amount of time trying to get rid of them before I came back to Singapore for good. So, and I realized at that point in time, I was constantly trying to look cool, fit in, make sure I had the coolest clothes or bag, or had a branded wallet, you know. And now looking back, when now I no longer value these things, I feel like that was so silly of me, because these wallets and bags costed at least like 100 to 200 something. And to be honest, now I own like a $50 wallet, and it's been serving me really well. I'm very happy with my $50 wallet. And right now I no longer chase brands or make sure I own certain products in order to make myself feel good or feel like I'm good enough. Right now it's so liberating to be able to simply go for pieces of clothing or bag or jewelry very consciously, very mindfully, knowing that every single piece will be with me for a long time. And when now I feel I own a lot less, I actually feel the best because I have less to take care of. Each piece of item that I own are specially and consciously chosen. It feels like these things are a lot more higher value because I actually take a lot of time to think through before I decide to buy them. And I just feel like having let go of the need to constantly purchase and add on things or to chase trends or chase brands, I just feel like that's a life that's so much more worth living. I also stopped dressing for an imaginary version of me. There were many pieces of clothing that I was holding on to, hoping that I could fit back into them again, because I used to fit into them pre-pregnancy. But post-pregnancy, my body changed so much in terms of the size, the shape, and I realized some pieces of clothing I really was holding on for like at least 2 years. A gift I gifted myself earlier this year was to hire a personal stylist to style me. And of course, this is my lovely friend Tricia, your fairy godmama. She helped me to identify what were the colors that suited my skin tone. She helped me to learn my body shape, my size, what looked good on my body proportions. And it wasn't just about the styling or what colors or what fit actually looked good on me. I think beyond that, throughout the process, I actually learned so much more. In the form that she asked me to fill up from the beginning, she actually asked a few questions about what were the areas that I feel least confident about my body. And of course, it will be the most common areas like your tummy, your arms. And it was through the process of trying out new clothes that helped me to realize that my body has been through so much. My body has been through 2 childbirths, and I should love and respect my body because my body has done amazing things. My body has gifted me 2 healthy babies, and it was really through that I really learned to love my body and respect my body. So with her helping me out to curate a wardrobe that now fits my skin tone and my body shape and size a lot more, I would say, I now feel so much more confident in, even though I'm wearing like the same kind of clothes. It's just that it's different in terms of, say, color or style, because I now should be wearing more high-waisted pants and shorts. I should go for shorter tops or tuck in my tops a bit more often. Little changes like this helped me to feel so much better in my own skin. And I've also been receiving, subtle but very nice feedback from my friends or my clients telling me, hey, you look so good in this color, or wow, these colors look so bright on you, you look so cheerful. And it was really through that process that I learned to love my body so much more. My arms are way more muscular than before. My hips are way bigger than before. My waist is now of a different size. My bra is now of a different size. And I absolutely weigh the heaviest right now. But I no longer look at those numbers as a label, like a negative label about me, or I no longer make it mean something. And when I started to think about who am I right now and who do I want to dress for right now, it is me right now as a mom, no longer me as a single person when I was still young and carefree and a party girl. It's really about me right now as a happy mom of two, an entrepreneur, you know, someone who wants to be happy, living a lighter life, and try to inspire everyone to do so. So I'm so grateful for Tricia for styling me, helping me to learn how to love my body again. And something I actually did last week was I am now confident enough to go to the gym just wearing a sports bra and exercise pants, and that's while showing off my tummy. And that's something that I've been wanting to do, but I've been holding it off for a long time because I've never felt confident enough to do that. But after a lot of workout and after a lot of mindset work, I'm so proud to say that I am actually confident enough to do that now. When I stopped doing these 3 things, I created space for so much more peace in my closet, in my body, and in my mind. If you're struggling with how you feel about yourself, start small. Let go of what's no longer serving you and start with the physical things. Go through your clothes, purge the ones that no longer represent who you are right now in this phase of your life, and start afresh. Reset your wardrobe, hire a stylist if you need. I'll link my friend Tricia in the comment section below, and you will realize that you don't need more in order to be happier and feel lighter. You actually need less. Thank you for watching this video today. I'll catch up with you guys again soon.